now let's look at today's daily challenge. So, today we have Umbra and Hellhorned as our clans. The mutators are Never Say Die, Tithe and Magic Hand. So, friendly units enter with Endless. That means morsels are gonna be a bit difficult to use because you will draw into your morsels over and over again. There are a few cards that can work very well with Never Say Die and morsels, such as Shroud Mitosis or Morsel Master, because morsels duped on the board don't have Endless because they will be cardless. Um, So that's something that can work with Never Say Die. Obviously, imps benefit a lot from Never Say Die because they benefit a lot from being endless. Magic Hand, cards are not discarded at the end of turn, and Tithe, half gold earned. These are generally rather similar in effect for most of the clans, so not much to talk about there. From the scores, it looks like it's gonna be a relatively low power run. Highest score is 47,000. Most are in the 45,000 range here on the first and second page. So let's jump in and see what we find. So we start out with 2 Mind Collapses, 2 Molting Imps and a Gem Trove. So Molting Imps, definitely interesting with Endless, although it's by far not my favorite imp, but it's a good way of clearing enemy backlines. Seraph will be Consume. So, let's look at the artifact first. Ooh, that's a very early guild marker. Yeah. Especially with Tithe, it's a good way to get some extra upgrades and things like that. With Never Say Die, I really don't want to go very heavy into Gorge, because that means I'm gonna be drawing nothing but morsels for the most part, which is a little bit of an issue. Hi Elderfish Soup! Sorry, I was in my daily modifier discussion mode, so I missed you. Let's go with Monstrous here. So, non-boss enemy units enter with Spike 3. Should be no big problem. We definitely want Penumbra on the bottom floor. Mostly just in case we fail the boss fight, we can resummon Penumbra. I might not want to play the Shade Splitter. Could block some damage with the Molting Imp. There are quite a few morsels that are better than a Molting Imp. This one is not one of them. I will play it on the top floor so it doesn't die and go on top of my deck. Let's try again. This one is quite good. I actually want to use that. So now we can play that morsel over and over again, and that should give us an easy win against the boss. Space Prism, Immortal Trade, Perils of Production. I do like Immortal Trade with Trample Penumbra. Went Ritual of Battle, Welder Helper. Welder Helper is a bit hard to use, even with Endless. We do have the 2 Molding Imps, we do have 2 Mind Collapses as well, so Vent might not necessarily be useful for us. Ritual of Battle is a bit expensive. I might skip here. Yeah, let's. Mind Collapse could use some spell power. Gem Trove, if we want to use that at all, needs a cost reduction. Immortal Trade could potentially use Holdover or Double Stack, but I'm not sure if that's the way we want to go down quite yet. It could be. Unit upgrades, I can't use any of them. I need to find a good unit to make use of it. I'll go to the right and I'll see what I can get. A Morsel Maker. Now, that's a unit that doesn't bother me with Never Say Die, because these morsels will be cardless. So we could get a Morsel Maker and generate some morsels every turn for a potential pickup of a Gorge unit later. That's actually not the worst idea. Gem Trove, 3 morsels is just 3 endless morsels. I'm not sure if I want to deal with that, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. Gem Trove looks pretty unexciting here. I think I'll just upgrade a Torch with Consume and move on. Yeah. I could buy a removal. I probably should. Let's remove the Gem Trove. We can cast it and we don't want it. Morsel Miners, the lifesteal and damage shield morsels are oftentimes actually a bit better. Especially the lifesteal ones can be very powerful. Enemy units enter with armor 10. That means we will need some additional power beyond Penumbra to deal with them. I could place the Morsel Maker here and start growing my Penumbra. I'm not against that. Let's also kill this guy so we don't take damage this turn. And we'll keep the Immortal Trade in hand because we don't need it yet. We can't really kill this redirector here. Nor can we get enough damage to kill this Forged Disciple because I played the Train Steward, which was probably a mistake here. Not necessarily. I will start killing these guys anyway. Next turn I can Mind Collapse the front line. And the Train Steward will kill the Redirector. Let's also empty our hand a little bit. And here we just play Immortal Trade and that should win us the fight. And it does. Hacked morsels, making of a morsel, and prismal dust. I'm not a big fan of prismal dust, but with the basically permafrost thanks to magic hand, it's a lot better. But it's about the same use as immortal trade. We would hold it until the boss, unless we really need it earlier. Yeah, not a big fan of the minor. Especially not if we use Morsel Maker on the same floor as Penumbra, which is currently the way we go, but that might change very soon. Let's skip here. Fortify, 5 armor, Rage Imp. Rage Imp is actually quite good. Let's take Rage Imp. Shadow Eater. I'm not opposed to the idea of a Shadow Eater Morsel Maker combo. The only problem with that is that it's best if it's on the bottom floor. And if it's on the bottom floor, it means we won't kill the boss on the bottom floor. And that bothers me a little bit. And yes, we do have a lot of backline removal with the 2 molding imps, with the mine collapses, and even the torches help for now. I don't think I want an alpha friend either. I think we want to go to the right. We still don't need unit upgrades, but the relic could be very important. Friendly units enter with Rage 3. That seems quite good. The refracting lens doesn't really work with our deck right now. It would work against the boss, but it's a bit too far in the future. Can we go Consumer of Crowns? We have 3 imps. The imps are endless. So there's certainly the possibility of doing it. I want to do it. Copy 5 times. I don't think I want to copy 5 times. I think I want to copy once. And it will be the Rage Imp. Can we copy the Rage Imp 5 times? Is that ever the play? I don't think it's the play. Even with Consumer of Crowns in the deck. I think that's too many Fledgling Imps. Enemy units deal 1 damage to our front unit on death. Let's set up Penumbra in the middle. Let's remove 2 of these guys and play a Train Sword on the top. Consumer of Crowns is, luckily for us, a lot easier to use if we have Magic Hand, because we don't have to draw into it again. We can just play it once we have the necessary imps. Yeah, imps. Still wanna try for a bottom floor kill. That's basically the goal. Need to draw my final imp. which means these imps should ideally not die, nor should the train fjords. But I can't play them all in a way that none of them die. So I will have one imp die here. Let's also remove some damage from Penumbra. And we need to keep the Immortal trait around. Can't play it yet. And here are the necessary imps. Actually, that was a mistake. Well, it was a mistake if I wanted to play Consumer of Crowns this turn. Also, can we kill this Forge Disciple next turn? No. We can't. It's a bit of an issue. Well, we can play Consumer of Crowns next turn at the very least. Let's think about this. This is not even enough to kill that guy. I could torch my own Molting Imp. We do have Scorching Restraints. Playing another Molting Imp gives us 12 damage. Yeah, that works out. We can kill the Molting Imp. Destroy this explosive and then play the Molting Imp at the back, where it will actually survive and hit for 7 damage. And these cards just have no room. And here we get the bottom floor kill. Very easily even. Thanks to the power of Consumer of Crowns. Okay. One Hornstone Darkthiel, Alloy of the Ancients. I mean, we have large units. We gotta take the one horned. I'm not interested in doing gorge things anymore, I think. Yeah, not interested in these anymore. Now we need both Ember, Draw, and we need all three basically. Capacity, I guess we can have Penumbra be 5 capacity for now and take a whole floor for himself. I think that works. Ember would allow us to play Consumer of Crowns a bit more easily. We could play 3 imps in the same turn and Consumer after that. Or we could play Consumer with just 2 imps out if we take Ember. Hi tryhard only, welcome. But all in all, I think what we need most is draw. But if we take draw, we need to take card removals pretty aggressively. I think going to the left here and getting the card removal is good, but we do get a dupe there. What do we dupe? Currently not much worth duping here. Maybe another Rage Imp. 3 Rage Imp might be too many Rage Imp, but... this is a difficult decision. Yeah, it's pretty sure we're going to the left next floor. The card removal is just the most important thing there. And we take draw. No thank you. These train stewards are very hard to play. Shade Splitters. Maybe Shade Splitters are even worse. Ah, this dupe. This is a difficult decision. Immortal trait, huh? We might need more than one in later stages. It's definitely a consideration. I wouldn't even hate duping this torch. Which sounds insane, but... yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Don't really have the space for all these imps. Yeah, let's dupe the trade. Could be architect. Could be. Give us enough room to put Penumbra and Consumer of Crowns on the same floor. And then Penumbra will clean up the backlines. No, that's not a great idea. Heaven's Seal. That's gonna be an issue until we get Consumer of Crowns down. Have to figure out how to do that. Because our Penumbra is not gonna have enough power for most of these guys. Well, for the first wave, at least it's gonna be enough. But now for this wave, on the other hand, it's not. We have 84, 82 power next turn. So we need to find a way to deal with this Clip Guardian. 82, so we need 13 damage, which is more than a Mind Collapse would offer. Can I do something fancy here? No. Nope. I guess what I need is more time. I need this Clip Guardian to stay on the train for a bit longer. And then what do I do? Nothing. I could play Consumer of Crowns on the second floor. That's what I could do to prevent a lot of damage. We do have a Molding Imp every hand, so I can deal with these Clip Conduits every turn. Certainly can get the kill here. I do have a few too many cards in hand. I will throw out the Mind Collapse, just so I can draw one more card this turn. And that one card is actually very important, because it's Fledgling Imp. Then we can Consumer of Crowns on this floor and kill the Clip Guardians that way. No capacity for the Morsel Maker. Throw a torch out so we can draw more cards. We do need to kill the Clip Conduit, but we also need to kill the Clip Defender. Actually, we have a lot of damage against the Clip Defender here. 19 49 plus another 5, almost enough. We can make it enough by playing a torch, by playing this torch. Well, it looks like we will only be capable of a second floor kill here. Let's use these morsels, these imps as blockers for now. The porcupine, yeah, nothing I can really do here to speed up the kill. Okay. Boon of the Blacksmith. I would like it if I didn't need that one, but I might need it. It might save me some damage, so I will take it. Amber Cash, yes, please. It's pretty helpful. Important work? Okay, that seems good. Seems very good. Yeah, we have to take that. I would love some unit upgrades. But sadly, removal is always on the opposite side. And I need the removals as well. Here I can get removals, Merchant of Magic and Forgotten Boons if I skip the... Here I can... probably better to take the Merchant of Steel here and then go for spell upgrades or something next floor. We need that upgrade. What else do we want on him? We can get another multi-strike if we reroll. And most other upgrades are pretty much worthless on the Consumer of Crowns, except Quick. Quick would actually be pretty solid. Your bot, the bot seems to have some trouble with health banners. Your Pyre gets plus 60 max health is definitely not what health banners does. So maybe it's just this. No, I think we leave that slot open and get multi-strike on Seraph. If anything, those 10 attacks, those plus 10 attack go on a fledgling imp, but that might actually not be terrible. That's probably pretty bad. Let's instead buy a removal. Okay, now this is interesting. We take the minor refraction on the Consumer of Crowns and then we start duping them. And then we can play a large amount of big Consumer of Crowns, well, small Consumer of Crowns on a single floor. We can only get the dupe after Fell, but that's good enough for me. Rethinking the upgrades, and I think at this point I want to buy another removal and cut the Morsel Maker. For the time being, while I haven't duped the consumer, it's just gonna mean that the consumer can be on the same floor as all the imps. Penumbra can be on the second floor, so we can have consumer on the bottom floor. I do want consumer to go before Penumbra, if at all possible. Do I want to keep torches in hand? Not really. Okay. This floor is a bit of an issue. Let's play the Ambercash. And let's also play Rage Imp here. It's probably... I should have played the Train Steward first. Actually, let's sack the Rage Imp. Redraw them. So we can probably fight against the Clip Guardian on the top floor. We will deal 82 damage, so 78 damage to him. We only need 17 damage, and the Imp and the Train Steward in the backline can easily provide that, so it's pretty good. I don't think we need to play any of these. I will keep that torch around for now. And here are the imps we need. 1, 2. Yeah. Let's play the Rage Imp as well. And then Consumer of Ground cost 0. Oh, he's so tiny. Not much larger than an imp. Do I want to draw into more cards right now? Not that important, to be honest. Let's keep those cards. Mind Collapse is one of the better cards. Well, maybe not against Spell Shield, but still. This guy will die, so everything's fine. Let's play a Rage Imp here. We could also torch this Rage Imp because it's not needed to kill this Clip Guardian. So we can use the Rage Imp on the bottom floor, which is a bit better. Let's throw out these damage spells. They are actually pretty useless in this specific situation where we have... let's start with these imps. And then we important work the weakest one. So we can... I could also have played the One-Horned Tome with the important work. That might have been better. But not that it really matters. Because... Oh! Because we get to play the One-Horned Tome anyway. That was actually pretty close. Yeah, I guess imps aren't the best jump blockers against Harpy. Void Binding. It's probably a bit better on Consumer of Ground than Lifesteal. Impish Scholar. That could give us back One-Horned Tome. Impressive is also pretty interesting. I like Impish Scholar a bit more. So, we no longer need unit upgrades, so it's an easy choice here. We can get more removals, which is very much appreciated. Train Stewards are still really bad. I usually manage to get out 2 of them, I guess, so I can keep 2 around and go for the Shade Splitters instead. Eternal Stone. Let's look at the caverns first. Not much really that would require us to upgrade first. Petrified Heart. Heartstone on the Consumer of Crowns would already be pretty good. Is Petrified Heart much better? It means our imps will have 11 HP. Which I guess in this deck is not a bad thing. They will die slower. But they are contributing quite a bit of damage. Yeah, I think I do want the... No, lifesteal doesn't work with the Petrified Heart. But lifesteal was already on. We are already moving out of lifesteal with the multi-strike on our on our big dude. So it's not a big deal that we lose out on the lifesteal. It just means that we have to remove the the immortal traits next. Let's reroll. Yeah. Oh, double stack on the one-horned tome. Yeah, probably best on the one-horned tome. Let's actually upgrade a mine collect. No, let's upgrade a torch. We will be playing these torches a lot. We do want to keep them in the deck because of Consume Seraph. So Fel empowers units with rage. Oh wow. We can play turn 1 Consumer. Let's go Penumbra here. Then Heartless, molting on the top floors. Then we Mind Collapse this guy, Fledgling, and Consumer. We do need something to block for Consumer, but yeah, these imps are gonna die anyways, so... Also having 1 or 2 dead cards in the deck, it's not that big of a deal with Magic Hand. Torch, Mind Collapse, Molding, and another train here on the top floor. Oh, now things are getting interesting. Rage. Sacrifice the molting. Play 1 Horn Tome. Don't need Void Binding. Actually, Void Binding... no, I don't want to Ember Drain yet. Not the right time. This is a bit scary. Maybe I should play Void Binding here. We do have a lot of Excavated Ember next turn, so we can get around the Ember Drain. 4 available, consumed the torches. Couldn't do that last time and can't do that against the sweeper. So let's not actually use that one. I do want to draw at least the 5 cards here. Okay. Let's play out some of these embers. Let's play the Scholar. Okay. Then let's sacrifice the Scholar. Let's play the Scholar. Ah. Then let's draw a card from the new deck. Let's sacrifice the Scholar. Let's play the Scholar. Let's draw important work again. Let's sacrifice the Scholar. Play the Scholar. And we end with 1 Hornstorm. Okay. This is a pretty big mind collapse now. Now this time around... Can I get any more... I mean, I can torch the Quill Marksman, of course. Let's start with that. Void Binding is another 72 damage, still not quite enough. I could also Void Binding here, which is less damage, but keeps the imps around. I'm gonna be able to do a very similar combo again next time, huh? Yeah, I do want to maximize the damage I'm doing to Fel. $81, yeah, we can do 1 damage. That's something we are capable of. Whew. Oh. Oh. Yes. Is it capacity now? Is it? I think it's capacity. We don't need more draw. We often have a full hand anyways. I would love to look for some things, but we don't have the gold and we need the dupe, so... Like, Ashes of the Fallen, I would love to have that one, but... Let's remove another torch. Actually, the train stewards are probably worse. Let's give one of these train stewards the upgrade. That's actually pretty good, another removal. Quite happy with that event. We did take capacity, right? Yeah. And let's dupe the consumer. We did take capacity, so we can go full monstrous. Our goal is still to put the consumers on the bottom floor. Yep. That's a bit annoying. Can't even draw a full hand here. But luckily Penumbra is strong enough to take care of this floor. Even though he will almost die from that damage. We can at least take some damage off by removing these 3 guys. Let's do that next. Now we have 1 spell. We can get back with the color. Not the best spell, but at least it's something. This guy will have 155 plus 15, 170 health, which is still enough for our Penumbra to kill. But we might want to play the torch. Let's actually remove one of these from our hand. I do want to draw as many cards as I am allowed to. So... okay. This is the turn where we play our consumers. But that means we have to play the imps on the top floor, because otherwise they will die to the Wildwings triggers. And we have to kill a Wildwings with Mind Collapse to be able to get the Ember we need for the consumers. Actually no, we already have 1 imp out. We can just play the Molding Imp though. Have it die. Actually that didn't work out. Because now I would need the Mind Collapse and I can't do it anymore. Luckily our Penumbra is still able to kill this Gilded Wing, so it doesn't matter. But that was a bit of a mistake. I could just keep it in hand, it's about the same thing. So, now we need to play 3 imps, then the 2 consumers. Still similar problem. I do want to get rid of these Wildwings, but I can't really. I could play a Molding Imp and should probably just play 1 imp up here and then play the consumer next turn. Our Penumbra is still good enough. Actually, this guy has higher health now, huh? But if we play a Train Steward here on the top floor, the buffed up Train Steward, that won't be an issue. Hardcasting Consumer of Crowns is not easy. Now we can do it though. Start out with Molding and Fledgling Imp. Making these consumers free. And then we transcend him for a bunch of molding effects. As well as some rage. This guy dies here on the top floor, that's nice. Let's start out with One-Horn's Tome. Then we transcend Imp. And we transcend him again. If we get another one of... that thing will still die. If we get another one of these in our Transcend Imp loop, we could potentially go infinite. I think we need more than one of them though. But that would be interesting to see. Like, let's start with... do we have enough room in our hand? We don't. I'm just gonna try this. This is gonna be a trial run basically for the Seraph fight. Do we need another trigger of the Impish Scholar? I think so. I think that should help. If we get another trigger of the Impish Scholar first. And I think we should be basically infinite here. With these excavated embers. Maybe not. We always need to get back at least one excavated ember. So there are 4 non-excavated embers in the... Actually, if we get back more than one sometimes... That's gonna be enough. But we need a smaller hand, so we need less bad cards in the deck. So yeah, it works. If I get another few removals, then I can go infinite with that combo. We don't need either of these. We'll take a tiresome climb. That does enable... Maybe I shouldn't have. Let's now, card removals would help. Basically my goal now is to get an infinite against the Seraph on turn 1 or 2. So maybe my goal is to have as few cards as possible. And for that reason I'm... I will remove another card. Whoops! Wrong button. But you know what? Crater's Quill makes that infinite much easier to achieve. That's actually a pretty good relic. And then we need another important work or another Transcend Imp. Yeah, removing the consumed torches would have been helpful as well. I shouldn't need to play them. So if I want to achieve that infinite more consistently, I think what we need is another important work. And then let's go. Let's see if we can... Well, it's not gonna be a one-turn kill because we need to have... we need to play... It's gonna take a while actually because we need to play the Ember Cache first. This time around, it's a bit... It's actually the opposite of what it was before. I do want Penumbra on the bottom floor and the Consumer of Crowns on the top because I am aiming at a flying kill. We need to get these imps out. I don't care if I get anything back with the Impish Scholar. Here is the Amber Cache. No imp yet. But I can start getting triggers of Impish Scholar here. Umbra is still okay. No Consumer of Crowns yet. And I do want the middle floor. Hmm. Hmm. I don't want Seraph to be on the middle floor right now. I would like him to be there next turn. It's probably not gonna happen. We can set up our consumers at least this turn. Play 2 imps, then we can play 2 consumers. We can mind collapse this annoying guy, which will consume the mind collapse. But that's okay. And then we can even play a flash imp here. Let's start playing these embers. Actually, I might want to import work the historian first. And I should find a place to put this train steward because he's gonna be in the way otherwise. Let's play the scholar again. And let's get back some cards. These vengeful shards are annoying. They do take up hand space. Yeah, and there we have to end this turn. So it's not quite gonna work out because consume Seraph things. Let's move you up. But we should be able to find a kill here. That should work out. Ember. And we sacrifice the Transcend Imp. Play him. Do we wanna... Yeah, let's go with the Rage Imps this time. Now is the problem, I have too many cards in hand. And anything I play... probably the safest way is to put these torches in the consume pile. Because the torches are very unlikely to get drawn out of all these other cards. And that makes room in our deck. Too much draw right now, so I will throw out some damage. And we have the kill. Now all we need is play out these. that worked out pretty well indeed. And here I was thinking this was a challenge where flying kills would be very difficult to achieve. Well, it wasn't that easy. That's gonna net us the first place. Whew, that was a difficult combo to pull off though. But basically once you have enough excavated embers in the consume pile, Transcend Imp and important work and a bunch of impish scholars played out, then you can do real nutty things. Very interesting deck. Penumbra carried us often through the first turns where we didn't have the consumers set up, and then the consumers did a great job for us on getting us all these bottom floor kills. Well, on most fights, not on this one. But yeah. So we have first place, not just that, we have first place with a 2k points lead. That that makes me feel pretty good about this.